faculty, all the participants. We welcome you to day 2 session. Today we'll have speakers from Infinito Studio, a famous augmented reality and virtual reality company from Telangana. So today we have with us Agam Vinay Kumar, the speaker of today's session. He has been associated with the Infinity Studio past 4 years. And we welcome you, sir, Mr.
Yeah,
Agam Vinay Kumar.
thank you, ma'am. Good morning.
The session is over to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
So we will start with the last topic that we have discussed yesterday at 2 p.m. about bus architecture and memory literacy. I think we all hear with the different types of bus organizations. Like sometimes we have all the signals which are required for interfacing to memory. Sometimes we don't have signals that we need to create by some external logics. So with the extension of that particular, let's look at the specifically memory interface. Okay, how we can do that and what kind of memories are available. We will not take all the memories in consideration, but just for learning point of view, that will give you a holistic idea of interfacing. But in particularly, if we are talking about a single different types of memory, there is a little bit variations in the concepts. Okay. So sometimes we require some different data for a particular type of memory. Just like if we are interfacing a RAM, we require both read and write signal. But if we are interfacing a ROM, we just require a read signal. So this kind of variation is always there with different chips.
Is everyone able to audible my voice?
Preferable is that whenever you interface a chip, you just go through the
Hello?
data sheet of that particular chip, okay, which is available always on the net, whatever hardware released in the market. So just go on by going through this.
Everyone able to audible my voice?
You will come to understand what are types of various signals required to get data from the memory.
So there is a interrupt, sir.
Yeah. Someone has to stop
Someone,
there.
yes.
But audible, but background noise is coming, sir.
Yeah. Someone is speaking from back.
Okay. Now it is audible, sir. Okay, sir.
Voice is coming low.
Ma'am, you have to stop the Pradeep Singh mute audio.
We have covered in the last section that the understanding.
Yes, Mr. Pradeep Singh is talking.
Yeah.
Minimum mode as well as the maximum mode. So let me just to start with a quick warm question. What is the difference between minimum mode and maximum mode bus spectrum?
Yeah, okay. Now everyone is able to audible my voice, right?
Yes, good, sir. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good morning all everyone. Myself, I am Vinay. From past 4 years, I am working as a trainer and game development in a Infinito Gaming Studio. Today we will start with the Unity introduction session and end up with the augmented reality introduction session. Okay, for up to 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so now we go with the introduction of Unity. So why only Unity? If there is so many game engines are available in the market, so why you have to choose Unity only? So you have some doubt on this, right? So I will explain thoroughly and introduction, interface, everything we will discuss in first session. Okay. So why only Unity means Unity is the user-friendly interface. So whoever the new to this technology or whoever the fresher to this Unity, so he can or she easily develop the apps in Unity. So first Unity is developed and introduced by the Unity technologies. Unity is not only for gaming, it's also for some other platforms like VRs, virtual reality, augmented reality, and filmmaking side, automobile side, some other platforms also there. It totally supports for 20 different target platforms. for deploying like Android, iOS, PC games, mobile games, HTC Vive, Oculus Quest, like that. So it is very useful for debugging also. Debugging in the means if you have any error in the developing, or if you want to develop any product, if you have some bugs, so you can easily rectify it where the exactly what is happening with the this thing Unity thing. So we can say that debugging. So Unity Analytics will provide you the total information about the player, what is, how much time he's spending on the game, or how much time he's spending on his app, how much ads he is seeing, how much uh, the app interest rate is there. So all information will provide the Unity Analytics. This Unity Analytics will give you the information about the your app, and how much the player interest is there in every way, in every components. So graphic in Unity, graphics is like very good, like awesome. And compared to Unreal, like graphics is somewhat low compared to Unity, but still day by day this graphic is improving in Unity. Coming to overview, I can say Unity is a cross platform. Like you can build games in Windows using operating system Windows or Mac, iOS. So it is a cross platform for uh, this development. So easily enough to beginner, and powerful enough for expert. So whoever is starting with the Unity, he can easily understand by his own. Not no need of like suggest someone or do this thing. He can easily understand by interface itself. So we can are using Unity for so many, like I can say, just I will show you, you will understand. So just type Unity. Here Unity is for all, for games, automotive, transformation, manufacturing, filmmaking industry, architecture industry side. Architecture industries is like if you are before the constructing the house, if you want to see how your constructing house is looking like, so that thing it will happen with Unity. And filmmaking side is like production, like let's say some graphic thing is there, you no need of setuping, go there and setuping everything, you can just show in the room and project there. Like filmatic industry is nowadays performing more. Coming to our installation, I think everyone has installed Unity. I don't know, but if you didn't install, how can you install, from where you can install? I will show you. So just type Unity. If you are not installed, okay, just follow these steps. Just click Unity and open the Unity site. In Unity site, come to last. Here you will get the download Unity. Just click here. Here some plus and pro with some, what we will say, subscribe thing is there for not coming logo, and some additional features are there with these money purchase. You can also download the free versions also. In Unity releases, here you can see Unity all versions. Just click here. So we will see the all versions till now, what are the updates are there from the Unity. So Unity 19, Unity 18, Unity 17. So if you want to download any version in Unity, just select it and come down. If you want to install in Windows, just select Windows, drag down box will appear, Unity installer is there. Or you will want to install in Mac, Unity installer you need to download. So once you download it, Just as usual, every software you will install it, right? Just go through with the next button. Here you need to check the Windows build support and Android build support. If you want to do it for the Android, you need to switch for Android. Otherwise, you need to do for the Mac, iPhone, what iOS. Next hit, and if you want to install where location you want to install it there, and just click next. It will automatically install. Based on your selection, it will take some time. After installation everything, you need to sign up to Google. He will provide one just normal sign up only, or you can sign up with the Google. Okay. So now I already installed version here on desktop. Everyone is able to see, right? Unity 2017.419.f1. So after installation Unity, you will get the icon like this. Just double click on this. The Unity will get in order. Okay, I will stop the projection background. Okay, so this is the first window. When you click on the icon, you will get a window like this. So now I want to create a new project. Earlier you won't have these many projects, because I have created, so that's why these many projects are you are seeing. So now I want to create new one. Just hit new and give your own name. So I will give Unity session session 1, or you can give your own name. So location where you want to load this project. Okay, I will create one new folder like a date 19/8/1920. Okay, now I will select this folder. Here you will see the location. If you want the template in 2D or 3D, you can select here. So I will show you the what is the different 2D 3D once you get into project. Okay, so now I am selecting 3D and I am going to create the project. Just hit the create project. It will take some time, which is hold internally some assets or some scripts, some DLL files. It will load it. Okay, once the project is created, the window is looking like this. Okay, so here we'll go one by one. If interface you understood thoroughly, you can make your own performance with this interface. Okay, so by default you are seeing two icons here, right? Two icons. So one is called main camera, one is called direction light. By default, if you are open any new scene, or if you are open any new project, you will get these two game objects in your project. Okay, now I want to tell you that what are these windows, what will you do. So we will come by one. Here at the topmost left side, scene window is there. Scene, this is the scene. I am just dragging it. So this is called scene window. I am just maximize. So this is called scene window. Okay, so what it will do, scene window. Scene window is basically a editor for your project. So here three direction you are seeing at the top right corner, Y, Z, and if you rotate here it will show X. Okay, scene window basically do editor type of thing. Okay, so whenever you want to drag, you want to select this component. Okay, everything we can say game object in Unity. Even direction light is a game object. Even we are just drag and drop, you will select the object, or you can just click the hello. Ma'am. Okay, mic problem. Okay. माइक पूछो थोड़ा कम yeah yeah everyone is hearing right now. Yeah, okay. So scene window is the editor window. Scene window is the editor window for our project. So whatever the setup we want to do, which is done in scene window. So now I want to project some game objects, like right click in the hierarchy, just select 3D object cube. I will select the cube. Okay. So whenever I select the cube, in scene window it is showing, right? So wherever I want to this cube I want to place, so I can edit in the scene window only. I cannot edit in the game window. So scene window is the editor for the project, so I cannot able to edit in the game window, right? So scene window actually what will provide you main is the setup for the project. So if you have some levels, so you have to do in the scene itself. So if you want to set up any level, so will you do in scene only. Okay. So how the controls in the scene? Okay, just right click on mouse and move it. It will move like this. Okay. Now you want to zoom in for the game. Just to scroll it to the screen, scroll into the scene, it will zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out for scroll. Okay. Hold alt and rotate like this. Hold alt and press left click, it will move like this. And one more option is hold alt and right click, it will zoom in, zoom out like this. Now I want to assume like I have a big set. I have to move like this easily. Use WSAD keys, you can move like this. So once you understand, once you practice, you will understand thoroughly, like this. WSAD. So these are the controls for scene. So here is you are showing some seeing some arrows, right? So what it will means, if you want to view the top view, just click the Y direction, it will automatically redirect you to the top view. If you want to see in the X direction, just click the X direction, it will move to the X direction, and it is the Z direction. Okay. So these are the controls for scene. Right click and rotate, or alt right click and zoom in, zoom out, or alt right click for this rotation thing. And if you want to move anywhere, just hold the left click and move with the keys WASD. W for front, A for the left side, D for the right side, and S for the back side. So you can look into the scene overall with these controls. So, okay. So this scene window will is the main editor for our project. Okay. Now we'll direct selected. If you want to select a particular object, you just select it here in hierarchy, or you want to select in the scene, just click on the game object. It will automatically select. Okay. Now the very main thing is, if you want to move a game object, or if you want to rotate a game object, or if you want to rotate a game object. So here why I am saying a game object is, in Unity everything we can say as a game object. Okay, even though it is cube, we can say it as a game object. Okay, so how can I move a cube? So just select a cube, hit W. Okay, whenever you hit W, the arrows you will see here, 3 arrows. These arrows are, one is x direction. Here you can see the x value is increasing and decreasing, and this is the z value. Z value, here you can see z value is increasing, right? In the transform inspector window, in the transform, z value is increasing, right? So this is the y direction. So whenever you select the game object and hit W, you can move the game object wherever you want to place. So now I want to place cube to near the camera. So I place like this. Okay. So this is the camera, right? Cube. Cube is the my game object, and I move the game object using the W key. Now I want to rotate the cube. So just select the cube and hit E. WER. W is for position, E is for rotation, R is for scaling. So now I selected a cube and I want to rotate it. So I select E button. So whenever you hit E button in keyboard, you will see the directions like this: red arrow, green, blue arrow, and white arrow. So what it will do means, it will rotate in y direction. Whenever I selected this green color rotation thing line and I click and rotate it, so it will rotate in y direction. So whenever I selected the red color line, it will rotate in z direction. So like this, if you want to place any game objects in your level, you want to place it like this. So in the z direction, this is the z direction. Blue color is the z direction, red color is the x direction, green color is for y. So once you enter into the E mode, you will automatically understand what is what. So now I want to scale the game object. I selected the cube, my game object, and I hit R. Whenever you hit R, it will shows the arrows like this. So whenever I click and move this red color line, it will scale into the Z direction. So whenever I click this blue line, it will scale into the Z direction. This orange green line for Y direction. So if you want to select with the whole thing, if you want to select in the middle, and you need to move the mouse and it will scale like this. Okay. So this is overall for scene window. So now you have a doubt, like if you have a game object in the scene where I don't know where the game object is, like here is the game object, but you have somewhere here. You have somewhere here in the scene, but you want to select, but you want to look it into the cube side. Just double click on the cube, select the hierarchy, the game object, and double click on the cube. It will automatically redirect to the cube where is the place. Okay. So it is all about the scene window. Understood, right, everyone? Scene is the main editor, and it will use it for where you want to place the object in the position, or which direction you want to locate, or how much scale the game object you want to look it into. So these all you can do with the scene window. So scene window is the main editor for our level or scene. Your creation of level is the main editor for the project, is the scene window. So by default you have two game objects, right? One is main camera, one is direction light. So why by default these two game objects are there? Because when if direction light is not there, it will looking like this. So won't able to see the not able to see clearly like what is what. Okay, by default the direction light is there because of that reason. Main camera is for what you want to showcase or what you want to see in the final game window. Why? Because of that reason the main camera is there by default. If you want to rotate main camera, same feel. If you want to rotate in main camera, hit the E button and you can rotate like this. If you want to move camera, same. Select the game object main camera and hit W button for rotation. Hit W for position change, E for rotation change, and R for the scale. Even though camera you will scale, nothing will happen because the focus is same, right? It is not the meshed game object. So these are some symbols you are seeing, right, for camera and direction light. If you don't want to look it into that, there is an option called gizmos here. You need to 3D icon is there, right? Before that some increasing decreasing line is there. If you want to increase the thing, it will show you the begin direction. Or if you don't want to any icons, you will directly set into the low size. Okay. Now we will step into here. One more thing is there. Seeing there is a 2D button is there. If you want to look only into the 2D, just select the 2D. Now you won't able to access these XYZ directions. So whenever that time you need to select the template 2D template. So now I want to work in 3D. So I selected in XYZ directions. Okay. Now we will step into game window. This is game window. Below the scene window, you have seen the game window. So this game window will give you the output, whatever the final view is there, we can show in the game window. So game window, we cannot edit here. If you have a game object like cube is there. So cube is here. So now I want to select this cube. You cannot select the cube in the game window. So game window is just for the projection, just for the display what you are going to see finally. Okay. So but the game window will take the inputs. So whenever you are playing the game, like take a temple run, if you want to move right, you will just swipe to right. So what it means is game window will take the inputs from the user and will push into the project. Okay. So game window is not an editor. It is act like a taking input and projecting the view. Okay. View means now the camera is showing to the cube because of camera. It will showing in the game window. Now I moving the camera. You are seeing in the scene, right? I selected the main camera. I am moving the camera. So automatically the game window direction is moving, right? The projection is different. So whenever I am moving. So like this game window will use the final output or the final projection will appear in the game window and it will take the inputs from the user. So here is some options is there. If you want to do game for a mobile, you want to switch it. Here you need to first switch the Android one. I will tell you that later. First let me complete this interface. Okay, game window will do that thing. It will project and take the inputs. That much thing only it will the game window is do. Now come into hierarchy. This window, middle one. Hierarchy. Hierarchy is the similar to scene window. The whatever the information is, whatever the game object is there in the scene, it will show you the list in hierarchy. In my scene, what are the game objects are there? Main camera is there, direction light is there, cube is there. All information which is there in scene, you can list it out by hierarchy. If you have n number of game objects, you can easily identify it in the hierarchy. Like I have cubes, these many cubes I have. And some other game objects is there, sphere is there. Now you have every game object is nearby you can easily identify. Assume like the game object is somewhere here. So the sphere is where? The sphere is here. One of the sphere is outside of the actual game object scene. Okay. If you want to select that scene, just double click on here. So this hierarchy will help you like this. The list of the game objects in the scene, it will show you in hierarchy. Okay. So in hierarchy, you are observing like untitled scene is there. The unity symbol is there. No, beside that untitled name is there. So it will tell you that you are not saved the scene. So just Control S. It will ask for a save scene. Whatever the changes you did in the scene, if you want to save it like this, or you set up a one level. One level is like only the obstacles is there. One level is with jumping thing is there. So if you want to segregate that thing, you just need to save like this. Save, I can say sample 2. So whenever you select save the scene, it will show you like here sample 2. Sample 2 you dot unity, you are switched current scene, you are working in a sample 2 dot unity. Okay. So hierarchy will list out the what are the game objects all there in the scene will still list out in the hierarchy. Okay. Now we are coming into project window. Project window, what we will do. So let's say we have one game like everyone know Temple Run is there. Temple Run, there is a one set starting there is one set is there, like some hills type and some obstacle is coming to your side. So what are the sounds and game objects, textures, models, everything we can store in the project. So whatever the objects in the project you can use in the scene. I will show you once let it complete the interface. So what the inspector window will do. So scene window is completed, game window, hierarchy, it will list out the scene, and project is the window which is store the game objects of the your projects. Whatever the sounds, materials, textures, UI, animations, everything you can save in a project. Once you loaded in the project, you can use everywhere in the scene. Okay, the project window will help like that. Now I want to finally I want to conclude with the inspector. Inspector. Just select any of one game object. Okay, I will select the cube. Okay, whenever I selected a cube, the cube has some information. The game object information will provided by the inspector. Okay, what is the game object name? What is the collider it has? What mesh it has? Or what the script it has attached? Everything it will showed by the cube. Or what the position of this game object? It will showed by the inspector. So I can say I will select this pair. Okay, I selected this pair and I want this position. So where you can get the information of the game object, you can get the information of game object in the inspector. So I selected the game object. So this position is in x direction 5.01 and y direction is 0 and z direction value is minus 2.73. So this pair value and the pair details will get in a inspector. So any of the game object information you will get in a inspector component. Okay. So this is the inspector component. So whenever you want to you don't want to see this image, okay, you don't want to see this sphere game object, just select the game object and uncheck in the sphere, uncheck in the inspector. Okay, so whenever you are unchecking, the object will appear disappear from the scene, but the object is there in a scene, but you won't able to see. Okay, so this means you are activating the game object and deactivating the game object. If you want, if you don't using this, if you don't using the scene, or if you don't using the game object in a scene, you can directly select multiple game object and just uncheck the game object, so it will disappear from the scene. If you want to enable at your viewer this time, you can enable like this. Okay, so these are the game objects and default interface which is provided by Unity, and every interface will help you to project the project and developing the project. Now in hierarchy there are some default game objects. It will, the Unity will provide default game objects in hierarchy. Just right click in the hierarchy, you will see this. So whenever you right click here, you will see the list like this. So I want to use the, we will explain you. So right click and select a 3D game object. You have these many 3D game objects here. Cube, you have sphere, capsule, cylinder, plane. These are the default 3D game objects. Okay, I want to select one game object and duplicate it. So just select game object and you have here duplicate option. Or you want to directly want to duplicate, just click the game object and control D is for duplicating. If you want to copy and you want to paste, you will also do the same thing. Okay, that's why the Unity is we can say the user friendly interface. You can easily understand by your own. Like you want one more camera, just select the one more camera. Here the camera is there and one more camera is there. Okay, two cameras is there. Like that, any game objects, any multiple game objects, you can work with this Unity. And now I want to show you the total interface with this one file. At the top most left corner you have a file. Okay, so if you want a new scene, so this scene sample 2 is consist of one cube and one sphere, let's say. So this scene consists of two game objects. Now I want to build another scene with another game objects. Just I want to hit file and go to new scene. So it will ask for this scene, does it want to save or don't save. I will just hit save. Okay, so whenever you enter into the new scene, automatically it will switches to untitled because you are not saving this scene. So I will save this scene like sample 3. Okay, in sample 3 I will load with two different game objects. Capsule, double click on it, it will go to there. Okay, and 3D object, cylinder. So first scene consists of two game objects with cube and sphere. This scene consists with the capsule and cylinder. I want to save this, just say Control S. Okay, it will save. Or you can have here save scene, save project. Okay, so this is the new scene which is useful. Or if you want to open another new scene, you can open here. So, or you can directly double click on scene. Now I am in a sample 3 scene. I want to switch it in sample 2. Just double click on sample 2, or whatever the scene you want to switch, just double click on that scene. You can automatically switch it to that scene. So whatever the changes I did in a sample 3, it will store like this. So whenever you save, the scene's changes will store automatically. So sample 2 consists with the 2 game objects, sample 3 consists with the 2 different. So here scene is nothing but the level. Okay, you can remember like that. So here are the 2 game objects. So now I want to duplicate it. Just I can say Control D, it will duplicate, and I can drag here. So I can duplicate here. Okay. So if you are not interested with this layout is nothing but the vision what you are seeing. You are not interested with this layout. You want to place your own layout. There is a option like unit scene, you can drag and drop wherever you want. So you want scene here, you can drop here, and you can place here. Okay. And if you don't want inspector here, and you can drag and drop wherever you want, like this. So the layout vision you want, which your own wish, you can save like this. So this is the one useful for this interface. So you can drag and drop it anywhere if you want to use, and you want to save this layout, whatever the vision, if which now I am placing. If you want to save this vision, just go into the layout here, topmost right, on the right side. Here the layout is there. Just select the layout and save layout. It will save auto whatever the name you have given. My vision. Okay, this is my vision. By default, there are some other layouts is also there. 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is nothing but the by default the Unity provided vision 2 by 3. Okay, so 2 by 3 is nothing but 2 is nothing but the scene and game window will appear like this, and 3 windows with the vertical hierarchy, project, inspector, and the 4 split is like this: scene window with the 4 options with 2D and 3D, and default is the layout is like this. The project window will come down, and hierarchy to the left side, scene and game in the middle, inspector is at the right side. Tall is the one more option for the layout. Here is also same. The scene window and game window will look here, look big size, and the hierarchy project window will at the right side. So by default, your own wish, whatever the vision you are okay with it, you can switch into that. So this is a my vision which I saved. So I just want to work with the 2 by 3 layout. So I switched into the 2 by 3. Okay. Here you are seeing one play button, pause button, step button. So whenever you will play the project, it will automatically switch it to the game, because game window will provide you the final output window. So that's why the reason whenever you play the project, or whenever you play game engine, it will automatically switch to the game window. So here is some option: maximize on play, mute audio. So if you want to mute the audio, you can just switch it on. Okay. So it is the minimum basic layout controls. So here is, once I selected one game object called cylinder. Okay, so if you are W here for position, rotation, you already know. So here is also, these are working like same. So this move tool is for transform, this rotation tool is for rotation, this scale tool is for scaling. Here is also you have 3 options. So this is for selecting the scene, moving the scene. Okay, and it is for transform. Now in the file, if you want to open a project, you can directly open a project like this. So wherever the project is there, just you want to open the where the file path is there, you need to just give the path and open. So you can open the project from here also, open project. Save project is nothing but whatever the changes you did in your project, it will change in save project. Now build settings. Build setting, what it will do means, so finally the output, if you want to build it, if you want to switch it in a Android or iOS, which platform you are building your project, you want to select it. So I want to work with Android, so I just select the Android and switch platform. Whenever you switch the platform, the Unity symbol is there, no? It will directly switch it to the Android, or if you selected iOS and switch platform, it will select it to the iOS. Now I want to switch it to the Android because I want to work with the Android. Just select the Android and switch platform. Whenever you selected, the now the project is switched to Android. Okay, but the scenes are not selected. So you can select a scene like this, or you can directly drag and drop scenes here. Okay. So build here, build what we will do means .apk file will generate that allows you to play the game in your mobile. .apk file will generate with the build. Okay. Now edit window. Edit option is there, right side of the file. So already these options are, you can see in the hierarchy: copy, paste, duplicate, or you can select from here also. Cut, copy, paste, duplicate, delete. If you want to delete one particular game object, select game object and delete in keyboard, or if you want to delete by your own, right click and delete. Okay. If you want to undo the game object, Control Z is for you deleted the game object, and if you want to reuse the game object, just undo, Control Z as usual, like delete, duplicate. Duplicate is like Control D. If you want to duplicate it, is Control D. Wherever the object is there, there only it will duplicate. Okay, with the same properties, whatever the transform that has, whatever the rotation, same property with the game object will duplicate. Duplicate. If you want to find some game object, here you can directly type capsule I want. So whatever the name with the capsule, it will show all the game objects. Let's say you have plenty of game objects, but you want to know where it is. Just directly search. If you want to check cube is there or not, I just search with the cube. If you won't there, it won't show. Okay. Play and pause is already we have your controls, or you can directly play from there also. Edit. The same options will there in the edit also. Okay. So in assets, what the project window will do means the every game objects or every assets will store in a asset folder. So right click here, create one folder. So this is provide you the folder structure. Like I have my game objects. You can put in game objects, or you have some levels you have to create, or you have some scripts you have scripts. So the folder structure will be maintained in the project. So segregation scripts are what are the scripts all you are using. You need to drag and drop here, or whatever the levels means nothing but scenes. What are the scenes you are using? What are the game objects all you are using? So every game object information will be there in project. What that game object you will use in a scene or your project. So in game object asset, asset is for creating. Same here, whatever the option is there, you will you can see here also. Okay. Now you want to see the where the file is, means where the project is there. You can directly right click and show in for Explorer. It will show you the where the path of the project you are saving. So my path is D car parking games 8/9/2020 Unity session 1. This is the name of my project path and the path of the my Windows. Okay. Here some uh, options are there. Account is nothing but if you have switched to your account, it will show you the information which account you have switched, or you can directly sign up here also. With the Google, you can sign up here and it will show you the where you have switched. Okay. Now component. Okay. So already I said everything in the game object details, wherever what are the details we have for the game object, we can see in the inspector. So capsule collider, mesh renderer, transform, these are we can say as a component. Everything for a game object which is holding, even the script is a one component. Okay. If you want to add one game object, you can directly add from here. So what you want to add? You want to add a script, or you can directly create a new script and you can add. If you want to add one physics property, rigid body, you can add from here. So the game object component which is stored in a inspector. Okay. Now I want to just create a new just sample scene. Okay. We'll just observe what I'm observing. So I'm scaling and using. Okay. I want to scaling like this. Okay. I am duplicating, Control D. Again I am duplicating. I select the game object and hit Control D. It will duplicate like this. So I want to rotate it like this. In -90. Directly you can give the values in transform, or you can rotate the game object. So if you want to switch directly the corners, okay, just hit V button and select wherever your cursor is there, the corner the arrows will move. Okay. Now I want to move this corner to, I want to switch this corner to this corner. I just select the game object, this one, and hit V, and I selected the cursor here, and I moving here to here. So I automatically switch it like that. Just select game object and hit V button and locate the arrow where you want to switch. Now again I want to this one. I will rotate. Press E and rotate. -90. Move it like this. So it is one box. So, but the camera is not seeing this one, right? The camera is seeing somewhere else. So wherever the blue direction is there, it means the camera is showing that side. So I want to focus at the cube. So I want to see the cube. So I'm just placing like this. But the cube direction, also, camera direction is to the front. But I want to see the back. Just rotate it, E and rotate it. Okay, 180. If I want to move the camera somehow, I go. Okay. If you play also, it will show you this only. So if you select to maximize on play, whenever you play, the window will be maximized like Okay. So if you have any doubts so far about interface, you can ask me. Like you want to any small any doubts? No. So this is for interface. It's all about interface. Okay. If you want to place or you want to work with, it's all provide you the information how you want to use this window. This information will provide it by the interface. Okay. Mm. So I want to clear some little doubts. Like yeah. So now
Hello, sir. One doubt. Can you please repeat the functions of WASB?
yeah. So WASD what it will do means select the scene like click in the scene. If you want to go towards the game object, you can hit the W. Or if you want to go back to the about the game object, you can hit the S. W is for forward and S is for back. It will just the vision will be changed. That's it. Select the vision and you hit the W. It will go there like this. You want to see like you have a very tiny model, so the vision is not able to see. If you have a big set like a very big level you have, so if you want to move there, you are not able to every time zoom in zoom out, not like that. So you can directly use by the arrows WASD. So if you selected in the scene and press W, yes, it will go for the background. If you hit the W, it will go to the front to the game object like this. I am pressing the WASD keys using like this. So if you want to rotate it, just left right click on the mouse and you can click the W. Just simple. Press right click and W. It will go there. Press right click and yes, it will go the back. And A for the left side and D is for the right side. It's just for the sake of controls how I can move. So here I want to explain what is child and parent relation. Okay. Now before what I have the cubes and everything I have separate, right? The top cube is separate. Cube 1 is the top cube and the back one is the cube 4 and right side is the cube 3. So cube 4, these all I have separate cubes. So I created one box, let's say. Okay, but I want these in only one game object. So I just selected these 1 2 3 4 game objects. Cube 1, cube 2, cube 3 I selected and drag into the cube 1. So what it means, if you want to move this whole box, you can directly move the cube 1 like this. Or if you don't have this child and parent relation, if you want to move, if you want to select everything and move like this. Okay, so but that's the reason I make cube is the parent and the whatever the sides is there, I make it that as childs. Okay, so here the child and parent relation is like you selected the parent and move the game object, automatically the child game objects whatever they, which is also come with the parent. If you only selected the child game object and move the parent, the whole game object will won't come. Okay, only the specific game object if you have selected in the child, that game object only it will move, or you can rotate, scale, whatever. So if you want to scale the whole the thing, select the main parent and switch into to just hit the R button, and you can scale like this. So whole game object which is now redirected into the parent. So the child is also affected. So whenever you increase, the child game object is also getting increased. So whenever you are moving the child's whichever the game object is there in a cube, it will also move across the parent. Okay. So now I selected a separate one. Separate one means child I selected. Okay. The main boxes won't be affected. Now, if you want to open this side, so what we will do? So just deactivating this game object. Cube 4 is the backside game object, and if you don't want to you don't want any scene, so just close this. So whenever you are deactivating, it will won't show in a scene. Already I explained that one. So like that. So you don't, whatever the game object you are not using, you can directly switch it off. So whenever you want to use, directly you can activate the game object. Activating, deactivating is nothing but you can switching off in the inspector main component. Okay. So this thing. Okay. So now I want to show you one more thing. I will create one plane. Okay. So one plane is there. I want to scale it. The plane is below the main game object, right? So I want to make it on the this thing. So I selected the main game object and rescaling this one. Okay, like this you can select a n number of game objects. So if you have one game object on one plane, and I am duplicating this directly, how can I duplicate? Select the game object and hit Control D, or you can select duplicate here, right click, duplicate. It will duplicate in the same position of the whatever the game object selected to duplicate. Okay, just drag here. Okay, so now plane has two game objects. Okay, but whenever you move the plane, the game object will won't come because these cubes are not parent to the plane, right? Because these are independent, not dependent on the plane. If you want to make it, if you want to move along with the plane, you have to make this as like this. Like these are now children, and it is okay. If you move a plane, it will automatically the whatever the child game object is also there, they will also move. Okay, now I want to duplicate the plane like this. So n number of game objects I can make like this. Okay.
Sir, can I ask one doubt?
Yeah,
There is what is a collider we have seen in that?
yeah, I will tell you.
Okay.
So this is the sets, all sets I make in a sample 3. So I saved this scene. So whatever the scenes I have, two scenes I have. Sample 3 is these many sets, and sample 2 I will switch it into sample 2 now. So sample 2 has only cube and sphere. As earlier we created only these two only, right? That's why. So again I want to go to sample 3 and I want to explain about colliders that outage here asking. So I don't want to see these many game objects, just I want to switch it off. Okay, now minute. Okay. Okay, what is collision? 3D object, plane I have, okay? Just observe, you will understand. Or if you want, I will explain, okay? 3D object, cube is there. For vision, I will create material. For material thing, I will tell you separate class. Like next session, I will tell you. Material, I drag it into the selected the color. Okay. So I want to set a vision like this. So I want to make a cube more bigger. Okay. So by default, cube has what component? Box collider component is there. Mesh renderer component is there. Cube mesh filter component is there. Transform is there. Transform we know for rotation, position, scaling. What is this cube mesh for? Cube mesh is nothing but the vision of the cube. Like cube has four faces. Four faces is nothing but the mesh. It will show you the mesh. Okay. Whenever mesh renderer and mesh cube filter will be the, it will act like dependencies too. If mesh renderer is not there, you won't able to see the mesh. Okay, mesh is nothing but object is visibility is there because of the mesh and mesh renderer. Okay, mesh renderer and mesh is used for the object visibility. If I don't have mesh renderer, because I unchecked this because of understanding, whenever the mesh renderer is off, you won't see able to see the game object. Even though game object is active, even though game object is in the scene, you won't able to see the game object without the mesh renderer. So whenever I take the mesh renderer, the object is visible to the user. Okay. Now box collider or collider, whatever the collider is there. For cube is a box collider. I will select one other game object called sphere. I selected a sphere and I will zoom it. Same whatever the color is there, I will apply to the cube sphere. So I will tell you next session how to create material, how to assign, what are the materials, this thing, information values are there. Okay. Now sphere has one more collider called sphere collider. So like that, some game objects have different colliders. Basically, the colliders what we will do, we'll see here. Okay. Let's say cube as a game object, and I want to add, because of understanding, I am adding this rigid body. Okay. Rigid body is nothing but it will provide the actual physics to the game object. Now, if without rigid body, I don't have a rigid body now, I will play this. So what will happen? It will stable like that only. So because of understanding what is collider, I am adding this rigid body. Okay, rigid body is nothing but it will provide the actual physics to the game object. So I added the rigid body, and gravity is there for the rigid body, and just I will want to play. So now the cube is on the plane. Why? Because the collision is there. Let's say I don't have a collision. So box collision is there now. I will uncheck this one. I will uncheck this one and I will play now. So what will happen? It will go into the plane. Why? Because it don't have a collision. So collision is indirectly what it will say that it is a object, so that you have to hold with the other colliders. Okay. So plane has some collision. A mesh collider is there for plane. So collision which is happening with the physics component. Okay. So if you don't have any of the one game object don't have any collider, it will automatically goes into the game object. So now collision is act like a object or main object, like a physical object. If you don't have collision here or here, I will remove this mesh collider from plane. Now what will happen? See, the cube will go into the plane. Even though any of the game object don't have collision, it will won't allow you to behave like a actual physical game object. Okay. That's the reason by default collision is there for every game object. Okay. So cube has box collider, sphere has sphere collider, and there are some more two objects, capsule collider, cylinder and cylinder collider. Same, these are also working like actual game object whenever you added the physical or rigid body to the component to the game object. I let's say I have added two game objects with a rigid body. Okay, sphere is also I will add rigid body. In physics, you have rigid body. Rigid body just because you are understanding collider. That's the reason I am telling you the rigid body. Okay. So now I will say what the game object will fall. Only these two will fall. Okay. Because these two only have the actual game objects properties. Okay. If the collision is used for the behaving like a actual game object property, real time object గా బిహేవ్ చేయడానికి మనం collisions వాడతాం. Okay, if you don't have collision, it won't behave like a object. That's the reason we are using collider. So now next, the plane is there. There are whatever some other game objects. Okay, so 3D objects, cube you have understood somewhat. So quad, ragdoll.
Sir, I understood the collision of that cube into that plane,
Yeah.
but when that capsule collider that is placed, what happened? I couldn't get it.
Yeah. So capsule is there. Capsule has a capsule collider. So why capsule collider has? Why don't it has box collider? Okay. So I remove this and I added box collider to this one. Okay. So actual capsule collider, how it's look, we'll see first. Okay. This is the capsule collider, which is over the actual size. Like the curve is there, no? Same like the collision also, the curve is maintained with the capsule collider. So if we have box collider with for the capsule, how it is looking? The boxes thing is looking. So the mesh need to apply the separate colliders. Like a sphere collider is needed. If you added a box collider to sphere, it won't roll, right? So like that. Same the reason, if you have capsule collider and want to add a rigid body, you allowed the use gravity, just hit play button. The cube is also, sphere is also behave the same. Okay, if you have cylinder, I can add a game object at runtime also, so it will also here. So now runtime I will delete the box collider. Delete means I will uncheck the game object. So it will fall into the, so I sphere is also I will uncheck. Capsule also I will uncheck the box collider. Cylinder. Okay. So like this, the collision will plays a major role to the game object. And let's say I want to explain one more thing. Now I have one plane is there. Okay, plane is there and I have one cube. Okay, so whatever the vision, if you want to place the cube, Control Shift F. Okay, if you want the cube here, wherever your vision is seeing. Okay, in the scene view, your vision is seeing here, right? The cube need to set here. Just click, the shortcut is select the game object, Control Shift F. The object will come towards the whatever the vision is there. The game object is so big, that's why it's looking like this. Okay. Okay, so every game object has its own values. Values in the sense position, rotation, scale, whatever. Okay. Now I want the same values to the other game object. How can I apply? How can I use? Okay. Right click, 3D. One 3D cube is there. Okay. This is there somewhere here. Okay. Okay. So second cube is here. The first cube is on the plane. Okay. On the means somewhat above. Okay. Now I want this cube values to be same as this cube. Okay. I just say right click on the transform. Which game object values you want. Select that game object and go to the transform component. Component we can say in the inspector. Everything we can say as a component to the game object. Transform is a component. Box collider, mesh collider, rigid body is also. Whatever we added in the inspector we can say as a component. Okay. So these term is used in a scripting wise. Why we can say only components means if you want to access a rigid body at the runtime with using script, we can say get component rigid body like that. That's the reason we are saying everything is the component in the inspector. Okay. Now I want this cube values to the second cube. I just say right click in the transform. Here are some values is there. Reset. Reset is nothing but the cube is going to reset. Reset values are like position is 0, 0, 0, x0, y0, z0. Rotation is also 0, 0, 0, xyz is 0, and scale values is 1. So I'm going to reset now. So whenever I reset the game object, double click on it, it will automatically redirect to that game object. So whenever I reset, the values becomes 0, 0, 0, this one. Scale because 1, 1, 1, because the game object is able to see, right? That's the reason the scale value is by default 1, 1, 1. So now I don't want that same this cube values. I want to apply for this cube, right? So right click, copy component. Copy component in the sense transform whatever the values xyz, rotation values whatever xyz, scale values xyz. It will copy internally with the Unity engine, and whatever the values you want to apply to the game object, you can select the second game object and right click on the transform, paste component values. So it will, whenever you paste the component value, same values you can apply this value to this game object. So whenever you paste the game object will disappear from here because the transform is getting changed. So you want to see this game object, just right click, just double click on the game object. So it will fetch to this scene. Wherever the object is located, it will go to that. So now I have game object into this game object. So I am just moving. Because of same transform component, it will become like this. So same values కాబట్టి నాకు ఒకటే దగ్గర వెళ్ళి game objects. So this is one option, copy component. Only if you want to reset position, you can reset. If you want to only reset rotation, reset scale, you can also have an option here. Now I want only rotation value to be reset. So rotation becomes 0, 0, 0. Okay. For this plane, I want to reset the position. So position is become 0, 0, 0. So this is 0, 0, 0 position, but the rotation values it has because it's bent. Okay. I have some other options like if you want to place a game object somewhere else, you have a values. Okay, you have a values like x value 1 2, x value 1, y value 2, z value 3. So how can you apply the values to the game object? Just select the game object and here you can directly write the values. Select the game object and go to the transform component, go to into the position, x value is 1 and y value is 2 and z value is 3. So it is the position of 1, 2, 3 of the xyz value of the game object here. So this game object values 1 to 3. Same like you can also give the rotation value 90, 35, 45, whatever your wish values. Okay. So about materials, textures, models, how to import, how to use, we will see in the next session. And what about models? How can you import the model? How can you use the model in your project? How the textures? What is the texture actually? What is material actually? We will everything we will discuss in the next session. So far this is the introduction for the Unity interface and Unity game engine. Okay. So just I want to complete this one. So 3D objects, 2D objects, we are not using the 2D template, so we don't use that one. So lights, what are the lights we have? By default, we have direction light because we need to see something. So that's the reason by default it provided the direction light. So some other lights is also there. Point light, spotlight, area light. If you just want to select just light, point light. This is the point light. So you can able to see, right? You can also change the color of the thing, and the intensity values is there. So here somewhat uh, lighting is there, no? Because it's a open area, it's not showing that much lighting. Okay, if you have a like a queue, okay, I will enable this one. I will place a one lighting to this so that you can see clear. Okay, this is the point light. So I can increase the range here. Okay, I can select the color of the light, intensity, multiplier. So see the light. Same like that, we have some lights. We can easily check. You can easily understand. Okay, point light, spotlight, area light. Okay. So directly, if you want to delete the game objects, select the all game objects. If you want to select the all game object, like a normal as usual, select the first one and hit shift, click the shift and select the end game object. You select the all game objects. Okay. If you want to enable all everything, you can enable like this. So I have these many. So I want to delete it. Just select, right click, delete, or you can directly hit the delete button. It will also do the same thing. So I deleted and I saved. Now the game objects I don't have. If you want to undo this, same control Z, it will automatically come. So you deleted. Once you deleted and jump into the next scene, again you have came back to this scene and you hit the control Z. This won't be happen because the changes in the save or disappear when you switch into the some other scene. If you have in the same scene and if you hit a control Z undo this, that it will allows you to give. But whenever you enter into the next scene and came back, it won't allow you to give the results. Okay. So here window is there. Window is nothing but the if present we are working with the 5 windows: inspector, project, hierarchy, scene, game. So these 5 windows is the main controls for the project. Okay, right? So I have some other window called console. Console will give you the details of the whatever you are debugging. Earlier I said, right, start, it will provide you the debugging thing. So debugging is nothing but the wherever you have stuck, the wherever you have the error is there, it will show you the in the console. Because of this line by line execution, wherever you have stuck the or wherever the error is there, it will automatically show you in the console. So how it will works, I will show you in the next session. So console is the output for the whatever the we are entering or we are scripting. Okay. So console is also another output. window. Window. So if you don't have, like, I deleted close tab. Hierarchy window I don't have. You can select the hierarchy window from here. Hierarchy. Okay. You can drag and drop anywhere you want. Okay. Same like every windows which we can get from here. Window. Help. In help, scripting reference is there. Scripting reference, if you want a detailed information about anything, transform, position, rotation, just you go to this one. If you have any doubt on the Unity, just go to help and hit scripting reference. Whenever you hit scripting, selected scripting reference, it will automatically open like this. And if you have doubt in about transform, just click the transform and enter. Okay. Whatever the related topics are there, it will all show here. So transform, first one, select the first one. Okay. So manually the Unity will provide some documentation about the brief explanation. Okay, this one. So how you go there? Directly help scripting reference. Whenever you select a scripting reference, it will open like this documentation, full documentation of Unity. So I have doubt about transform. I just click the transform here, enter the transform and search. So transform here, description, position, rotation, scale of an object. Every object in a scene has transform. Every object, even though the empty game object is there, it has transform. What is empty game object? Okay, let's say I set 2 by 3. Right click here, create empty is there. Okay, I created. So by default, what is the game object name? Game object. Because everything is game object in the Unity, we can say game object. So this game object has only transform component. Don't have some other like mesh renderer, box collider. It won't have, because it is an empty game object. But empty game object, even though empty game object, it has some values x, y, z. Transform component is there. For every game object, transform is there. Even though if you select camera or direction light or any light, so it has by default it has some transform component. Okay, so transform is the main thing in the scene to in the project. Okay, transform is plays a major role. Transform is nothing but in the sense which position, rotation, scales. Okay, now what is saying, it is used to store the manipulate the position, rotation, scale of the object. Every transform can have a parent which allows you to apply position. So why I am saying this one, if you have any doubts about regarding anything, like you have don't know about let's say camera, you don't know, just hit camera. So it will provide you the documentation about the camera. So what are the values it has, what are the uses with the camera, what we can do with the camera, everything the Unity will provide the documentation regarding every game object. Okay, camera is a device through which player view to the world. As I explained, camera is showing for the vision. If you don't have a camera in your scene, what will you show? So if you don't have a camera, like if I don't have, I have a main camera. Okay, now I don't have a camera, I will deactivate this one or I will delete this one. So the vision is nothing, you won't able to see anything, even though the scene will loading and completing the performing task, but you are not able to see anything. So that's the reason camera is the main thing to show the vision to the player. Okay, like that every game object you need to know from this documentation. So this is the very useful documentation. If you have any doubts, you can just type it here and you can learn it from your own. Okay, okay, let's say for time being I will tell you the interesting one. So I have cube here. Okay, so camera has some components, some values, some features. Okay, what is the future camera has? Here you can say camera is one component is there, camera. Okay, So even though the camera is looking into the cube, I don't want to visible in the window. So what can I do? So just don't get confused, okay? The cube has some layer, okay? Layer is nothing but the vision for the this thing. So let's say the camera is some layer is called default. So default it has ticked. So the cube has a default layer, okay? Camera is what is showing here. Everything it's seeing, everything. So now I will uncheck the default one here. Default, earlier it has a tick with the default. So now I have unchecked. So even though the camera is in front, the cube is in front of the camera, but the camera is not able to see the camera because the layer is indirectly saying that you are not able to see me. Okay, that's the reason the camera is not able to see in the cube. So if you want to camera see, just select the default one. Even though the whatever the game object has default layer, that layer also I want to see. So just select this one. So now it's visible here. Okay. For the camera, there are some options. Field of view. So from the whatever the position is there to the camera, like 10.9, 5.8, 29.1. From here only, I want to zoom it the object. So field of view you can increase and decrease like this. This is the one related with the camera. So option is there with the field of view. So I want to look for even though the in front of the camera like this. So here near far is clipping for how much far I want to see. Like camera, you can customize the values like camera is to see up to 10 centimeters. So it will see up to 10 only or 10 units. So if you can decrease and increase this, I can say 2. So whenever you clipping the plane for 2 means up to the 2 units only the camera has to see. Okay. Here is the white line is there now. These white lines are the for clipping lines. Okay. Now I able to just I'm increasing. So whenever it will touches the cube or unit about to reach the cube, it will go to go here. Okay. So this is called for near clipping option. A cube has some projection type, orthographic perspective. Okay. Here you can observe the lines whenever I select the orthographic. Orthographic is nothing but in the sense 2D type it will show. So not in the 3D. So like the projection should be in the two-way, not as a broad you are seeing here. Okay. Whenever I select a perspective, the vision should be the broad. Okay. The other game object is also able to see. It's orthography. It's like a plane type vision. Whenever I select the perspective, the vision is like wider. Okay. So if you want to search the game objects, projects like scenes you want to search, you can directly search here. Or you have an option like here, 3 dots is there, no? 3. So if you want to select all the scenes if you want, so just select the scenes. Whatever the scenes you are created in the project, the all scenes will appear here. Once you selected the scene here. Like you have selected one scene in one folder, one scene in one folder, like that. So you want to see the all scenes like this. You can select, or you can want to see all the prefabs you created or meshes materials you created. 2 materials I so far created, 2 materials are up here. 2 scenes are created so far. I can see 2 scenes. Like if you have a doubt, I have a scenes in the wait. So I have a so far I have a levels and I have two scenes. Now I want to move one scene to here. So one scene is in the project and one scene in the level. So I want to see all the scenes together. So I will select here. So together it will show you the output. Okay. It's the easy fetch for some you are changing or you are manipulating. No. So whenever earlier I said to you, I switch it to Android. So the option is there here. Some option is there. So Android, what is the games in the Android is like a portrait mode, landscape mode, right? So I want to build a game with the landscape mode. So I want to switch it like this. So then I have to build the game like this. So like this. If you have a portrait mode, you can select switch to portrait and you have to build it like this. So the vision is it will show you in the portrait mode or landscape mode. So if you have installed Unity in your systems, so you can check with the interface, everything, how to move the game object, how to scale the game object, how to rotate it, how to assign the material, how the camera vision should be fixed. Everything you can, once you step into the project, you can know the mouse controls. Even though if I am explaining you, it seems like understandable, but once you practicing, it will more understandable and rememberable for you. Okay, UI is nothing but user interface, which is used for like you have playing one car game. Okay, if you want to race, you need to press the accelerator, right? So it is given by the UI. So whenever you pressing the accelerator, the car will go, right? So that's information, the functionality will move by the user interface called UI. Okay, we'll also will check in next session. About Unity, which Unity version you have? So the Unity information it will show here. Yes, any doubt so far about interface about Unity?
Hello, sir. This is Rohit.
Yeah, yes.
I have installed Unity software, but it is saying that Unity editor has stopped working. I think so. Editor is not working properly.
Which version you are installed?
2017.4.19.
Okay. Try with the lower version. Maybe your system configuration is slow, maybe low. That's why.
Yeah.
Try
I
with
have.
the 17. Hello.
Which one, sir? Sir.
Try with the
17.
17 or 16. I will show you. Wait.
Currently, my laptop is having 2 GB of RAM and 1 GB graphics card.
Yeah.
Windows
Okay. Actually, it is fine, but the lower version will don't take so that much effort from the PC. So I will say I will recommend below the 17 for 2 GB RAM. Hello.
Okay, sir. Listening.
Yeah. Just check with the lower version. It will automatically work like 17 or 5. If Unity 5 you took, it will more better than 17.
Okay, sir. Which one should I select?
5.3.5, 5.5.3. In Unity 5 any version it will smoothly work.
Okay, sir.
Actually above 2 GB is very smooth working, smooth workflow will be. Coming to consider with the compared to Unreal Engine, Unity don't take so much RAM and this thing. Unity should have minimum configuration it will allow to work with, but Unreal Engine won't like that. It must have a graphic card with the good RAM. But the Unity will work with the basic PC property. Any doubt so far in about interface, how to install, how to?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good
Yeah,
morning.
Vinay,
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
before taking QA session, we'll have a break 11:40 to 11:55. We'll
Yes.
join back at 11:55 and then we can continue.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.